The year 2387. Earth has been isolated behind massive energy shields for over 200 years. The story opens with Admiral Kane standing on the bridge of the battleship Thunderstrike, leading the largest fleet the Galactic Empire has ever assembled. The Empire spans 40,000 star systems, yet one small blue planet continues to mock their authority. Kane remembers the old records. Earth was once just another primitive world, discovered during the Empire's expansion. The humans seemed weak, divided, always fighting among themselves. The Empire had sent a standard conquest fleet 200 years ago, expecting easy victory. But something went wrong. The humans vanished behind massive energy barriers that surrounded their entire solar system. No ship could penetrate the shields. No communication could reach through. For 2 centuries, Earth had been a dark spot in the Empire's maps. Now, Emperor Vex himself had ordered the greatest military force ever assembled to finally crack open this stubborn world. Kane's fleet contained 50,000 warships, each one capable of destroying entire planets. Surely, no shield could withstand such power. As they approached the Sol system, Kane's science officer, Dr. Mills, reports strange readings. The shields are not just energy barriers. They pulse with unknown patterns, almost like they are alive. Admiral, Mills says, his voice shaking, the shields they're beautiful. I've never seen technology like this. Kane studies the display. The barriers shimmer with colors that seem to shift between dimensions. They don't just block matter and energy, they seem to bend space itself. All ships, prepare for maximum bombardment, Kane orders. We'll show these humans what true power looks like. The fleet fires everything. Plasma cannons, antimatter missiles, reality-warping weapons that can tear holes in space. The combined firepower could shatter moons, but the shields don't even flicker. The weapons simply vanish, absorbed into the swirling energy patterns. Sir, the weapons officer reports, all shots absorbed, 0 damage detected. Kane's confidence begins to crack. In 200 years of conquest, nothing had ever stopped the Empire's weapons. What were these humans hiding behind their walls? Suddenly, the shields pulse brighter. A voice echoes across all frequencies, speaking in perfect Imperial standard. Greetings. Admiral Kane, we are the humans of Earth. We have been waiting for you. Kane's blood runs cold. How did they know his name? How did they pierce their own shields to communicate? I am Admiral Kane of the Galactic Empire, he broadcasts back. Surrender immediately or face total destruction. A laugh echoes from the shields, not cruel, but somehow sad. Admiral, you misunderstand. We are not trapped in here with you. You are trapped out there with us. Asterisk, the truth about humanity's transformation begins to unfold. The voice continues. Now identified as belonging to someone called Director Hayes, humanity's representative. 200 years ago, your empire made a mistake. You attacked a species that had just discovered something your empire never could: unity through adversity. Kane demands explanations, but Hayes begins to tell the true story. When the Empire first invaded Earth, humanity was indeed divided. But facing extinction, something remarkable happened. Every human on Earth, regardless of nation or belief, joined together with one goal: survive and never be conquered again. The initial siege lasted 3 years. Humanity fought with everything they had, but the Empire's technology was superior. Cities burned, billions died. Defeat seemed certain, but in those dark days, human scientists made a breakthrough. They discovered that consciousness itself could be weaponized not to destroy, but to create. Working together, every human mind became part of a vast network. We call it the unity, Hayes explains. Every human consciousness joined together, yet still individual. We became more than the sum of our parts. The unity allowed humanity to transcend physical limitations. They could manipulate matter at the quantum level, bend space-time, and create technology that seemed like magic to others. The shields weren't just barriers. They were extensions of human will made manifest. Every human on Earth contributed to their power. Kane's fleet tries different approaches. They attempt to communicate with individual humans, but get no response. Every person on Earth speaks with the same unified voice while remaining completely individual. Dr. Mills makes a disturbing discovery. "Admiral, I'm detecting massive industrial activity behind the shields. It's like they're building something. Something enormous." Kane realizes they're not just facing a defensive barrier. Humanity is preparing for something. Hayes confirms their fears. "For 200 years, we've been growing, learning, preparing. We've explored every corner of the universe through quantum consciousness. We've seen your empire's crimes, Admiral. The enslaved worlds, the destroyed civilizations, the suffering you've caused. And we've decided it's time for the Empire to end." Humanity demonstrates their true capabilities. Kane doesn't believe the threat. How could one world challenge an empire of 40,000 systems? Hayes seems to read his thoughts. "You want proof of our capabilities? Very well." The shields suddenly expand, creating a corridor just wide enough for one ship. "Send your fastest scout ship through. Let it see what we've built." Kane hesitates, but curiosity wins. He orders the scout ship Swift Wing to enter the corridor. What Captain Ross and his crew see beyond. The shields changes everything they thought they knew about warfare. Earth's solar system has been completely transformed. The asteroid belt has been converted into massive ring-shaped structures that pulse with energy. Mars has been hollowed out and turned into a giant shipyard. Jupiter's moons have become fortress worlds bristling with weapons that bend the laws of physics. But most shocking of all are the ships. Humanity has built a fleet that makes the Empire's forces look like toys. Sleek vessels that seem to be made of crystallized starlight. Massive dreadnoughts that exist partially outside normal space. Fighter craft that move like living things, responding to their pilots' thoughts. "How many ships?" Ross whispers to his crew. Sensors show over 1 million capital ships, sir. And they're all crewed by humans working in perfect coordination. But it's not just the numbers. These ships move with impossible precision, like they're all controlled by a single mind. Because they are. The unity allows every human pilot, gunner, and engineer to work together seamlessly. There's no communication delay, no confusion, no friendly fire. They operate as one perfect war machine. Captain Ross tries to count the defense platforms, but gives up. There are millions of them, each one capable of destroying an Imperial battleship. "This is impossible," Ross reports back to Kane. "They've turned their entire star system into a weapon." Hayes's voice reaches them again. "What you see is the result of 200 years of human determination. We didn't just survive your first attack, we evolved beyond it." The scout ship is gently guided back through the shields. Kane stares at the reports, his mind struggling to process what he's seeing. "You could have broken out at any time," Kane realizes. "Why didn't you?" "Because we're not conquerors, Admiral. We're protectors. But your empire has pushed us too far. Too many innocent worlds have suffered while we remained hidden." Kane makes a desperate decision. He orders his entire fleet to charge the shields, hoping to overwhelm them through sheer numbers. It's a mistake. The shields don't just absorb the attack, they reflect it back. Half of Kane's fleet is destroyed by their own weapons. The other half barely escapes the reflected energy. "This is our final warning," Hayes announces. "Leave now or face the consequences." The Empire's true weakness is revealed. Kane, desperate and humiliated, sends a message to Emperor Vex requesting reinforcements. The response is swift and terrifying. Vex himself arrives with the Empire's reserve fleet, another 100,000 warships, and the dreaded Planet Killer, a weapon that can destroy entire star systems. No primitive world defies the Empire, Vex declares. If we cannot conquer Earth, we will destroy it entirely. But Hayes has been monitoring their communications. Emperor Vex, we've been waiting to meet you. The shields suddenly become transparent, revealing the transformed solar system in all its glory. Vex, despite his power, feels a chill of fear. You're not the first empire to threaten us, Hayes continues. In our quantum explorations, we've encountered civilizations far older and more powerful than yours. We've learned much about the nature of empire itself. All empires share the same weakness. They rely on fear and division to maintain control. But they cannot understand unity. To prove the point, Hayes demonstrates something that shakes the empire to its core. Using the unity, humanity begins broadcasting to every world under imperial rule. The message is simple. You are not alone. Resistance is possible. Freedom is achievable. But it's not just words. Humanity shares technical knowledge, showing enslaved worlds how to build their own shields, how to coordinate resistance, how to achieve their own unity. Across the galaxy, rebellions begin simultaneously. 40,000 worlds rise up at once, using humanity's shared knowledge to break their chains. Emperor Vex watches in horror as his empire starts crumbling. This is impossible. How can you coordinate across such distances? Hayes explains, the unity isn't limited by space or time. Every human consciousness exists partially in quantum space. We can communicate instantly across any distance. But more importantly, we can share this gift with others who are ready for it. Vex tries to use the Planet Killer, but humanity is ready. The weapon charges up, preparing to destroy the entire solar system. But at the moment of firing, something unprecedented happens. The weapon's energy is not just absorbed, it's transformed. The shields convert the destructive force into pure creation energy. Using this energy, humanity does something that terrifies every imperial officer. They begin replicating themselves, not clones, but new humans born from pure thought and energy. In minutes, Earth's population doubles, then triples. Each new human is instantly connected to the unity, instantly aware of everything their species has learned. You've just given us the power to grow beyond physical limitations, Hayes says. Thank you, Emperor. Humanity's ultimate purpose is revealed. The Empire's fleet retreats in panic, but it's too late. The damage is done. Rebellions rage across every imperial world, coordinated by humanity's quantum network. But Hayes has one final revelation that changes everything. Emperor Vex, Admiral Kane, we want you to understand something. We could have destroyed your empire at any time in the past 200 years, but that's not who we are. The shields begin to lower, but not to attack. Instead, they project images across space, images of what humanity has really been doing behind their barriers. They haven't just been building weapons. They've been creating art, literature, music, and philosophy on a scale never before imagined. They've been exploring the deepest mysteries of existence, learning to nurture life rather than destroy it. We've spent 200 years asking ourselves a question, Hayes explains. What comes after conquest? What comes after empire? What comes after war? The answer is shown in the images. A civilization based on growth, learning, and cooperation. A society where every individual contributes to the whole while remaining completely free. We're not here to replace your empire with another empire. We're here to offer something better: partnership. Kane and Vex are stunned. They expected conquest, but humanity is offering cooperation. The rebellions across your former territory aren't about destruction. Hayes continues. They're about liberation. Every world that breaks free from imperial control is invited to join something new, a galactic community based on mutual respect and shared knowledge. Some imperial officers choose to surrender and join this new community. Others flee to the galaxy's edges, still clinging to the old ways. Kane makes his choice. He orders his remaining ships to stand down and requests permission to visit Earth. What he finds there amazes him. Earth has become a paradise, but not a soft one. Every human is both individual and part of something greater. They've achieved what the Empire never could: true unity without oppression. How? Kane asks Hayes when they meet in person. Hayes smiles. We learned that the universe is big enough for everyone to grow. The Empire thought it had to shrink others to become great. We discovered that helping others grow makes us all stronger. The story ends with Kane sending a message to the remaining Imperial forces. This is Admiral Kane to all Imperial ships. I've seen the future, and it's beautiful. The humans aren't our enemies, they're our teachers. One by one, Imperial worlds choose to join humanity's galactic community. The Empire doesn't end in war, it transforms into something better. Earth's shields finally come down completely, but not because the threat is gone. They come down because humanity is ready to share their gift with the galaxy. The stars, once locked behind barriers of necessity, are now open to all who choose cooperation. Over conquest, humanity has won not through superior firepower, but through superior wisdom. They've shown the galaxy that there's an alternative to Empire-community. And in the quantum depths of space, the unity continues to grow, welcoming new consciousnesses from across the galaxy, all working together toward a future where no world need ever hide behind shields again. The greatest victory isn't conquest. It's making conquest unnecessary. Story theme. True strength comes not from the power to destroy, but from the wisdom to unite and the courage to share that unity with others. Asterisk.